So hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Creatrix. Welcome to Unacademy. So in these sessions, we are going to start the communication system and you are going to study the communication system like never before. So before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Vishal Soni and I have cleared ESC examination 2 times, both times in double digit rank. And I have also served as a Group A Gazette officer in Indian Railways and in Indian Telecommunication Services. And I have also cleared a lot of public sector examinations. So right now I'm teaching on Unacademy and I really feel proud to be the part of the Unacademy team, because Unacademy is the revolution in the field of free education and in the field of affordable education, and we as a team are really looking forward for every student to just come onto the Unacademy platform. You can attend the special classes, you can come onto this YouTube channel and you can stay connected with us so that you can understand the quality education and you can understand the efforts that we are putting in, so that every student of this country, whether he stays in a village or he stays in a town, should get the access of the content, that too in a very affordable prices, and he can also or she can also clear the examination with the best possible ranks. So right now I'm teaching on Unacademy with more than 15 million watch minutes in the overall duration and 2 million watch minutes in the last 30 days. So I am right now the top educator in Unacademy across all the branches, having rank 4 right now. And you can also follow me on Unacademy on this particular link. So you can go and follow me on Unacademy. Apart from that, my advice to every student is that how should you crack the examination and what are the components to cracking the examination. So the first question that comes to the mind, that can anyone prepare from the YouTube? Yes, you can prepare from the YouTube, but you should develop or cultivate some habits in yourself. For example, you should be very much disciplined. You should arrange the extra resources. For example, the PDFs you have to arrange, the test series you have to arrange by yourself, and most importantly, that self-discipline you should be containing in yourself, so that you can be very corrective manner and you can approach the examination in the best possible manner. So all these things you have to arrange yourself. The sense of competitiveness you have to cultivate in yourself, because the audience on the YouTube are not that much of competitive in nature, or maybe you cannot feel the competition which is present right now. So all these things are the part of the journey if you want to prepare through the YouTube, or maybe if you want to prepare through the free resources. Apart from that, if you want that you should get complete content, then this is the YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel itself, all the free content are available. You just have to go to the playlist. All the subjects are completed there. You just have to go and watch all the lectures one by one. Definitely will be getting benefited. But the extra things that I have told you, that the self-discipline and the sense of competitiveness and a lot of things you have to arrange by yourself. If you are comfortable in that, then you can do that. Apart from that, you should also have Unacademy learning app, so that the special classes you can attend. A lot of educators in this country are actually providing the special classes, that too absolutely free of cost, so that you can get the quality content in the best possible manner. Apart from that, there is also another component for you, which is Unacademy Plus. So on Unacademy Plus, what is your job? You just have to study. If you join this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to worry about the crash courses, weekly test, doubt solving sessions, the language barrier, rank improvement batches, live classes. So all these things will be taken care by the Unacademy. You just have to take the Unacademy Plus subscription and you have to come on to the Unacademy. You will be daily getting the live classes. You will be getting the crash courses. When you will be getting the crash courses? When the syllabus are completed. You will be getting the weekly test in the form of quizzes. Every fourth class is the doubt solving session, which is the major you can say the component or the major impact will be creating on your studies will be this doubt solving group. Because until and unless your doubts are not being cleared, until and unless you are not able to clear your doubts, you will never get the confidence in the subject. So once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, every fourth class is doubt solving session. Apart from that, various other doubt solving sessions are going on. So ultimately you will be getting your doubts cleared and you will gain confidence in the subject. The language barrier will not be an issue, because the batches will be running both Hindi and in English, and rank improvement batches will also be there. So all these things are the component of this Plus subscription. Once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to be worried about your self-discipline, your competitiveness nature. Everything will be present on Unacademy, because a lot of other students will be there. Since the classes will be live, you can also watch it recorded later on. So the discipline automatically comes, because you get the idea that you will be having the daily live classes. Apart from that, there is also one iconic subscription. In this iconic subscription, the game changer is this personal coach. So this subscription is for them who thinks that their basics are weak, or those who are talented but they needs a continuous push. So this personal coach will be guiding you throughout your strategy. He will be giving you the study planners. You will be getting the study booster sessions. Once you will get the test, you will be getting the analytics. Analytics plays a major role in improving yourself. We as a teacher also get our analytics so that we can improve on the daily basis. So once you start getting the analytics, you will be also improving massively on the daily basis. Apart from that, there will also be the guidance for the mains once you clear the prelims, and there will also be the guidance for the interview once you clear the mains. So once you take the Iconic subscription, all the benefits of the Plus are included by default in this. And if you take the Plus subscription, then also these things will be included in that, though, so that will also create impact in your preparation, so that you just have to study rest of the things.
Hello friends, so in the last lecture we were studying the statistical parameter of continuous time random process, and we studied CDF, PDF, PMF and mean value. In this lecture we will start the discussion and we will study different remaining statistical parameters such as mean square value. So before that, we know that this x of lambda comma t is continuous time random process, and it can be written as x of t. We know that it will be the function of time as well as random variable, where this particular m is random variable. Now if this m is continuous random variable, we are interested in its PDF, which is s, and when this is discrete random variable, we are interested in its PMF, which is Pm of mi, and it becomes probability of m equal to mi. Now we want to calculate the mean square value of this random process. So it can be written as phi square t comma capital M. Now I can break this formula as minus infinite to infinite phi square t comma m and the PDF of the random variable m. So this formula is used when m is continuous random variable. Otherwise you can use m square t comma mi probability of m equal to mi. This formula is used when m is dr. Now you can expand this formula as phi square t comma m1 probability of m equal to m1 plus phi square t comma m2 probability of m equal to m2 and so on. So what you have to do, you have to put the value of small m here and calculate its probability, and you have to extend this addition the number of times the given random variable takes the values. So in this way you can calculate the mean square value of a random process. Now again, let us move on to the another statistical parameter, which is known as correlation. So correlation is of two types. One is autocorrelation, another one is cross correlation. So first of all, let me define autocorrelation. In case of autocorrelation, we only take a single random process. So this is your single continuous time random process, and we are taking its two samples. So this is at t equal to t1, at t equal to t2. So obviously we will be getting two random variables. This is the random variable and this is also a random variable. So whenever we are taking two different samples from the same random process, or we are observing the same random process at two different instances, then the expectation operator x of t1 into x of t2 is known as autocorrelation between random variables x of t1 and x of t2. So here the word auto means we are using same random process and we are observing the random process at two different time instances, or we are taking two different sample values from the same random process. Sometimes this particular expression x of t1 into x of t2 is written as Rx of t1 into x of t2, or sometimes it is written as the symbol xx is written here and the sampling instances are written here in bracket. So all the symbols are nothing but the same, so you can use any one of these symbols. So this is basically your auto correlation. Now let us try to understand what is cross correlation. So let me try to explain what is cross correlation. As the name suggests, it is cross correlation. So you have to choose two different random processes. So I have chosen a random process x of t and another random process which is y of t. Now I am observing my random process x of t at some time instance t1. So it becomes x of t1 and it will become a random variable. Similarly, I am observing my random process y of t at some time instance t2. So this also becomes a random variable y of t2. Now, if I have to find out the correlation between x of t1 and y of t2, then these types of correlations are known as cross correlation. And whenever we have to find out the correlation between two random variables, we simply apply the expectation operator on them. So it becomes y of t2. Sometimes it is also written as Rx of t1 y of t2, or we simply write x and y here and the sampling instances here. So this is the symbol of cross correlation. You could have also written it like this: expectation of y of t2 x of t1. So it would have been y of t2 x of t1, or you might have written as like ryx t2 comma t1. So basically it is representing that the random process x of t has been observed at t1 and random process y has been observed at t2. From here also it is giving the same information that y has been observed at t2 and x has been observed at t1. So this is the idea behind the cross correlation. Now next statistical parameter is again something like correlation, which is covariance. In case of covariance also you have to study auto covariance and cross covariance. So first of all I would like to explain this auto covariance. So what is this auto covariance? Again, the word auto means you have to observe your random process at two different instances. So same random process is observed at two different instances, x of t1 and x of t2. So this is a random variable, this is also a random variable. Now we know that whenever we have to calculate the covariance, we take covariance of two random variables and it is equal to expectation of those random variables minus mean of separate random variables. So you must recall we have defined covariance of xy in case of random variables, and it was expectation of xy minus expectation of x into expectation of y, where x and y are random variables. So this was the covariance which we defined in case of random variables. Now here also you can see that this x of t1 and x of t2 are nothing but random variables. So whenever you have to find out the covariance between random variables, you should apply expectation operator between these two and you should calculate individual mean of these two. So the covariance of x of t1 into x of t2 becomes Rxx of t1 comma t2 and it can be written as mu x as a function of t1 and mu x as a function of t2. So we know how to calculate all these values. In this way you can define the autocovariance. Let me also define the cross covariance. So the cross covariance will be observed when we are taking two different random processes. So suppose I have taken a random process and I am observing it at some time instance t1. Similarly, I am taking another random process and I am observing it at some time instance t2. So these two were your random processes, and when you observe your random process at time instance, it becomes a random variable. So we know that whenever you have to calculate covariance between two random variables, you should first write expectation operator between them into expectation of y of t2, or this can be written as rxy t1 comma t2 minus mu x as a function of t1 and mu y as a function of t2. So this expression basically represents the cross covariance between two random variables x of t1 and y of t2. So sometimes it is also written as cxy t1 comma t2, and it becomes rxy t1 comma t2 minus mu x as a function of t1, mu y as a function of t2. So this was all about the parameters related to continuous time random process. So we studied the continuous time random processes, the mean square value, the correlation, and the covariance. Now let us try to understand the statistical parameter of a discrete time random process in the similar fashion as I defined the statistical parameter of continuous time random process. So first of all, I will start with the definition that whenever we have to identify the statistical parameter of discrete time random process, it means we are interested in statistical parameter of random variables obtained by observing discrete time random process at different time instances. So this was the idea behind the statistical parameter of a random process. So I will start with first order statistics. In case of first order statistics, let me define my discrete time random process as lambda comma n, or I will write it as x of n. Then again, this is your discrete time random process. So I can write this x of n something like this, and when it is observed at x equal to x naught, so this is your x of n discrete time random process, and this is your random variable. We know that whenever discrete time random process is observed at an instance, it may be continuous random variable or a discrete random variable. So here also I am discussing two different cases. In case 1, I am considering this x of n naught to be continuous random variable. So the CDF will be f x of n naught, x naught will be equal to probability of x of n naught less than or equal to x0. Similarly, you can also define the PDF, which is fx of n naught x0 equal to del f of xn naught x0 upon del x0, where x0 is values taken by random variable capital X n naught. So these are the values taken by random variable capital X n naught. Similarly, in the case 2, let us assume this capital X n naught to be discrete random variable. So first of all, you should define the PMF here. The PMF will become probability of xn naught x0 I, which is probability of xn naught equal to x0 I. Here also you can define the CDF. The CDF will be same, and it will become x of n naught less than or equal to x0. Since it is a discrete random variable, then this CDF will always be staircase, and you can define the PDF as f x n naught x0 equal to del x0, and this will be in the form of impulses only. Now I should also define here second order statistics of discrete time random process x of n. For second order statistics, I will observe my random process at two different time instances, which is n1 and n2. So I will get x of n1 and x of n2. These two x of n1 and n2 will be random variable, and this is our discrete time random process. So here also I am discussing two different cases. In case 1, I am assuming this x of n1 and x of n2 to be continuous random variable. So here I can define the joint CDF. The joint CDF will become fx of n1, x of n2, x1 comma x2. It will be equal to probability of x of n1 less than or equal to x1, x of n2 less than or equal to x2. So you should notice that this symbol is very much similar to fxy x comma y. This is your random variable, this is random variable, and these two are values taken by random variable. Similarly, this x of n1 is a random variable, this x of n2 is a random variable, and these two x1 and x2 are values taken by this random variable. So this x1 is value taken by random variable x of n1, and x2 is value taken by random variable x of n2. Similarly, you can also define the joint PDF. The joint PDF will be fxy. Instead of x and y, these are x of capital N1 and n2, x1 comma x2. So you have to differentiate it two times with respect to x1 and x2, and obviously it will be function of x1 and x2. Now let us discuss the second case. In this particular case, this x of n1 and x of n2 random variable are discrete random variables. So here first of all we should define the joint PMF. The joint PMF will be xn1 xn2, and it will become x1i x2j, or you can write probability of xn1 equal to x1i comma xn2 equal to x2j. You should also write joint CDF. The joint CDF will become xn1, xn2, x1 comma x2, or you can write it as probability of x of n1 less than equal to x1, x of n2 less than equal to x2. And you can also write joint PDF, which is x of n1, x of n2, x1 comma x2 equal to del 2 f of x1, x of n2, x1 comma x2 upon del x1, del x2. So these are the different cases which we should remember in case of discrete time random process. Now let us move on to the calculation of mean. So suppose this is your x of n, which is a discrete time random process. So we know that this x of n will be function of a discrete time as well as a random variable. So here this capital M is nothing but random variable. So what I'm saying that whenever this discrete time random process is observed at a particular instance, so this random process will have random variable as m. Now this m can be a continuous random variable or a discrete random variable. When this m will be continuous random variable, we will be more interested in PDF, and the PDF will be this. And when it is a discrete random variable, we are more interested in PMF, and PMF will look something like this. So this is m equal to mi. Now if we have to calculate its mean, then what we can do is we should take its expectation operator and we can write down different symbols. So these are the symbols of mean. Now this expectation operator of x of n is basically the expectation operator of phi of n comma m, and we can write down two different formulas. So first formula is minus infinite to infinite phi of n comma small m into PDF of this m dm. This formula you can use whenever m is continuous random variable. And the second formula which you should use is n comma small mi PMF of m, or this can be also written as phi of n comma mi into probability of m equal to mi. And you can extend this formula as phi of n comma m1 into probability of m equal to m1 plus phi of n comma m2 into probability of m equal to m2. So in this manner you can extend these formulas. Similarly, you can also calculate the mean square value. So this is the discrete time random process, and if you have to calculate the mean square value, so basically you have to calculate phi square n comma m. Again you can write down two formulas. First one is minus infinite to infinite phi square small n small m and the PDF of m. Similarly, you can also write the formula phi square n comma mi into its PMF. And now you know till now how to extend these formulas. So here the capital M will be CRV, here the capital M will be discrete random variable. So these are very important formulas which we should remember, and let us solve an example. So in this example, we are taking a discrete time random process x of n equal to a cos omega naught n plus phi. where omega naught is constant and a and phi are random variables, such that a can take two values 1 and -1 with probability 1/3 and 2/3, and phi is uniformly distributed between -pi/2 to pi/2, and we have to calculate the mean of the random process such that random variables a and phi are independent. So first of all, we should observe our x of n. So this is x of n, a cos omega naught n plus phi. Here phi is also a random variable. This is also a random variable. And this omega naught n is deterministic because omega naught is constant, and at each time instance this omega naught n will give finite value. So this is nothing but a deterministic value. So what we can observe from here, that this a is taking only two values 1 and -1, and probability of a taking a value of 1 is 1/3, and probability of a taking the value -1 is 2/3. Similarly, you can say that a is taking only two values, so it is the case of discrete random variable. And what about phi? Phi is uniformly distributed between -pi/2 to pi/2. So you can always plot the PDF of phi. It is uniformly distributed between -pi/2 to pi/2 and 1/pi. So from here you can say that this phi is a continuous random variable. We know that when phi is continuous random variable, then any function of phi will also be a continuous random variable. So if phi is continuous random variable, then we can say that this phi plus omega naught n will be a continuous random signal. It will be a continuous random variable at each time instant. N. Now it is saying that a and phi are independent. We know that when two random variables are independent, then their functions, some f of a and h of phi, will also be independent. So we can say that this a and cos phi plus omega naught n will also be independent. So from here you should understand that it is a single random variable and it will result in a multiple random variable as n changes. So as n changes, it can result in multiple random variable. So each random variable which is obtained from here will be independent from the random variable a. Now we know that whenever any two random variables are independent, so you can write expectation of x into expectation of y. So if I have to calculate the mean of A cos phi plus omega naught n, I should write it as expectation of A into expectation of cos phi plus omega naught n. So first of all, I will calculate expectation of A. Since A is discrete random variable, so I can calculate it as A equal to 1 into probability of A equal to 1 plus A equal to minus 1 into probability of A equal to minus 1. So A equal to 1 will be 1 and probability of A equal to 1 is 1 by 3. Similarly, A equal to minus 1 is minus 1 and this probability is minus 2 by 3. So from here you can calculate it as minus 1 by 3. Let me calculate expectation of cos phi plus omega naught n. Since phi is a continuous random variable, so I should write it as minus infinite to infinite cos phi plus omega naught n into f phi of phi d phi. F phi of phi is 1 upon pi when phi is changing from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 and it becomes cos phi plus omega naught n d phi. The integration of cos phi plus omega naught n is sine phi plus omega naught n and the limit will be from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So you can write it as 1 upon pi sine pi by 2 plus omega naught n minus sine minus pi by 2 plus omega naught n. So you can write it as 1 upon pi sine 90 plus theta will become cos theta minus, you can write it as sine minus 90 minus theta, so it will become cos omega naught n, or the value can be written as 2 upon pi cos omega naught n. So the expectation of A cos omega naught n plus phi will be minus 2 by 3 pi cos omega naught n, and you can see that in this case the expectation of x of n is not constant, or it is having variable mean, which means if this random process is observed at different time instances, the random variables obtained at those time instances will have different mean. So we have understood about the mean and mean square value. So let me define again the correlation. Again, the correlation will be of two types. One is autocorrelation and cross correlation. So first of all, I will discuss about autocorrelation. For autocorrelation, I will choose a discrete time random process and I will observe it at two different sampling instances. So this is first and this is second. This will be a random variable. This will again be a random variable. We know that if we have two random variables, then this particular expression x of n1 into x of n2 represents correlation between random variables x of n1 and x of n2. So sometimes it can also be written as expectation of xn1 into xn2 as r x of n1 x of n2, or you can write the processes symbol here and the sampling instances here, which means that the first random process is observed at n1 and the second was observed at n2. Similarly, you can define the cross correlation. For cross correlation, you have to observe two different discrete time random processes at different time instances. So I've observed x of n at n1. This is our random variable, and I have observed our y of n at n2, and this is also a random variable. If we have to define the cross correlation, so we will take expectation of these two. It will represent the cross correlation between random variables x of n1 and y of n2. So this can be written as x of n1 into y of n2, or rx of n1 y of n2, or this can also be written as rxy n1 comma n2. Now in the similar manner you can define the covariance. Covariance also has two types. First one is autocovariance and second one is cross covariance. We know that if x and y are two random variables, then the covariance between them is defined as expectation of xy minus expectation of x into expectation of y. So first of all, I will define auto covariance. To define the auto covariance, I will take my discrete time random process x of n and I will sample it to two different instances. So we will get two random variables, x of n1 and x of n2. Now if we have to define the auto covariance, I will define it at covariance of x of n1, x of n2. So it will become expectation of x of n1 into x of n2 minus expectation of x of n1 into expectation of x of n2. So it becomes autocorrelation of or rxx of n1 comma n2, and this can be written as mu x as a function of n, mu x as a function of 2, and sometimes covariance is also written as cxx n1 comma n2. So this is the representation of auto covariance. Let me also define the cross covariance. So this is the cross covariance. To define the cross covariance, I will take random process and I will observe it at x equal to n1. So this will be random variable, and I will take another discrete time random process and I will observe it at x equal to n2. So it will be another random variable. So if I have to define the cross covariance, I will take the covariance between x of n1 and y of n2, and it is defined as expectation of x of n1 into y of n2 minus expectation of x of n1 into expectation of y of n2. So you can write it as rxy n1 comma n2 minus mu x of n1 mu y of n2, and this can be also written as cxy n1 comma n2. So this is the representation of cross covariance. So all the discussion which we started from random process till now should be very carefully understood. Then you can have a little bit feel of the random process. So all these things you should keep in mind. Now the last point which I should discuss here is two important notes. First note is two random processes x of t and y of t will be orthogonal when expectation of x of t1 into y of t2 is, which is rxy t1 comma t2 is 0 for all possible t1 and t2. We have already understood in case of random variables that two random variables are orthogonal when their cross correlation or correlation is 0. So similarly here also this x of t1 and y of t2 will be random variables, and if their correlation or expectation becomes 0 for all possible values of t1 and t2, then the random processes xt and yt are said to be orthogonal. Similarly, you can say about the discrete random processes. So for discrete random processes, if the correlation of these two random variables are 0 for all possible values of n1 and n2, then the random processes xn and yn are said to be orthogonal. Second important note, two random processes xt and yt will be uncorrelated if we know that two random variables will be uncorrelated if their covariance is 0. So they will be uncorrelated if random variable x of t1, y of t2, which is cxy t1 comma t2 will be 0 for all t1 and t2. And for discrete time random processes, you can also write y of n2, which is cxy n1 comma n2 equal to 0 for all n1 comma n2. So two random processes will be uncorrelated if their covariance is 0. And third important note is, if two random processes are independent, then they will always be uncorrelated. So all this discussion is extended from the random variable. In case of random variables, we also said when two random variables will be orthogonal, their correlation will be 0. When two random variables will be uncorrelated, their covariance will be 0. And when two random variables are independent, then they has to be uncorrelated. So this is it from this lecture.
So hopefully we have understood every concept in this class. If you have any doubt in any concept, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll try to resolve that thing. Apart from that, you can also follow me on various social media platforms. For example, you can join this Telegram group where you will be getting important notification, important updates. This is Telegram group where you can also comment, you can ask your queries, or maybe you can also suggest me for the improvement. Apart from that, this is my Unacademy profile. On this Unacademy profile, you should also follow me so that you can get the important updates of the Unacademy also, right? And this is the Notion page. You just have to type this tiny.cc/Vishalgate. So you will be redirected to a page where all the special classes are arranged very systematically. तो मैंने बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स पे स्पेशल क्लास ले रखी है. फॉर एग्जांपल नाइक्विस्ट, फूरियर सीरीज, latches and flip flop, double integrations, okay, lot of things are there. So you will be getting all these concepts absolutely free of cost. You just have to type this in your URL, you will be redirected to that page and attend these lectures one by one. You will be getting a next level confidence in these topics that I can guarantee you. Now this is the Notion page of your YouTube, on which you will be getting the links of the YouTube. Apart from that, you will be also getting the PDFs of that particular lecture. So this is very important for you. and just you have to type http://bit.ly/gatelive. So gatelive, you just have to type it in the capital so that you can access all the lectures link and PDF arranged systematically. So if you want to attend or you want to clear the examination with the free resource, then this is the channel for you. This is the best recorded videos which has been ever made. You just have to go to that lecture, just click the link and download the PDF and start studying systematically. So we have also done this for you so that any student, whether he is sitting any part of this country, should not face the difficulty in cracking the examination, whether he can afford or he cannot. Now if you can afford, then the subscription prices are not something which you cannot pay. It is very nominal amount which you can pay, and you can just avoid all the distractions, all the time wastage which we will be doing in downloading those PDFs, arranging them, arranging for the test series, and a lot of other things that you have to arrange, doubt solvings you have to arrange by yourself. If you want to avoid all those distractions in a very nominal amount, so you can go for the Unacademy Plus subscription. For 12-month subscription, you have to pay only 74 rupees per day. Apart from that, for 18-month subscription, which is the best possible subscription, you have to pay 63 rupees per day. It is even lesser than the pizzas that you order on your home. So it is that much of amount that can shape your career, that can give you the best possible rank in the examinations under the guidance of the best teachers of the country, which has been right now placed on the Unacademy. Now 24-month subscription will cost you 54 rupees per day. So these subscription amounts will give you the subscription for the desired period. Apart from that, if you are using this code, you just have to remember this code, write my name, write GATE after it. You can also write ESC after it. So you have to write my name and write ESC after it. So any one of these code, once you apply, you will be immediately getting the 10% discount. You will be getting all the features of the Unacademy. You will be getting the guidance of all the teachers present on Unacademy, and everything you will be getting that is needed to crack the examination once you are using this code. So if you think we are working hard, we are giving our best content, we are giving the free content absolutely for you guys, and everything that is needed for every student to crack the examination. So never forget to use this code whenever you are taking the subscription. So this code is very important and you have to use every time you are taking the subscription. Now those who are interested for the prices, total price amount, so let me tell you, total price is 27,225 for 12 months, 34,650 for 18, and for 24 months it is 39,600. You can also pay this by using zero cost EMI. Zero cost EMI can be paid by credit card and debit card. In debit cards, there are only Bajaj and HDFC as of now available. Okay, so this zero cost EMI means you do not have to pay anything extra. Any interest is not, you should not pay, and you have to pay this much of amount on the daily basis if you are looking for the zero cost EMI option. Apart from that, if you are coming for Iconic subscription, so Iconic mein, I have already told you that your personal coach will be the game changer. He will be he will be basically following you to give you the guidance so that you can get the success in a very short span of time. So he will be following you, he will be pushing you every time. Now once you use this coupon code, this will be costing you around 45,225, and if you are using this coupon code, write my name, GATE after it, you will be getting the 24-month subscription of Iconic in 66,600 rupees. Fine. Apart from that, every one of you should follow this GATE aspirant group, and there also some important notification always comes. Now what are the YouTube channels that you should immediately subscribe? This Creatrix, this is the channel on which you are present. This is Unacademy GATE questions, where previous year questions has been solved by the educators. So you'll be getting all the previous year questions video solution apart from the PDF also. This is the Electrical Junction channel, where you will be getting the important concepts of EC and electrical, and this is Engineering Pathshala, where you will be getting some practical aspect of the videos, some animated videos that will enhance your ability to think. So these are the channels which you should immediately subscribe so that you can get a better content. Fine. Now these are my some YouTube videos which I have created for you. In all of these videos will give you some motivation, guidance, content, and some strategy. So these are hand-picked videos. You can immediately follow these videos. Okay, so thank you so much. And those who are coming on this channel, immediately share all the content which is present on this channel. We are working very hard for you guys, so this is your responsibility that you should share this channel, you should subscribe this channel, also share the link of this channel, link of the videos, link of the educator whom you follow, so that every student who is needy, they can come onto this channel and they can get the best possible rank. So all the best everyone, let's crack it.